Welcome to Tuesdays with Tanner, episode 3. So I just got home from the 2-day real estate course, and I got great news. My bathroom, bunch of you guys have been following on here, I finally got the back order vanity that's been on there. So it's not in the bathroom yet. That's what I'm going to do as soon as I'm done making these videos. But you've got to start, so got the lamp, obviously. Got the new toilet installed, and then this here is the color. It's the shelf that's going to go on the toilet, above the toilet, but this is going to be the color of the bathroom sink too. So I will update everybody as soon as I get that installed. I will start it tonight, and as soon as I'm done with this, and hopefully by the weekend we have everything all fixed together, working, ready to go, bathroom's done. So backtrack a little bit. Like I said, I just got done with a 2-day real estate course, and this is one thing that you get asked a lot when you're in real estate is, why can't I just go out there, grab a for sale sign, slap it in the yard, and that's all you do, right? You just sell the house that way, wait for some calls to come in. So I'll get into a big thing here pretty soon. Not a big thing, but I'll make a video on the pros and cons on for sale by owner versus getting an agent. But one of the things I'll touch on today is the fact that, yes, I did do a course today. We are required as agents to do so many hours of courses every year, every 2 years in order to keep our license. We have to go through trainings. It'll teach us, the newest things on laws, the newest contracts, what's kind of been going on. A lot of classes will say, hey, this is the newest addition to the contract, and here are the scenarios why we had to add this addition. And here's some lawsuits that happened, or here's some things that went on. If you're for sale by owner, you're missing out on a lot of this information. One of the things that we went over today that I'll kind of touch base on is the lead-based paint disclosure. A lot of people that are renting or that are selling their house that don't know how to use this disclosure, don't even know this disclosure exists, could get in a lot of trouble. And so the scenario that we got was these people got a house. It was, I think, built in the 50s, if I remember correctly. They bought a house, and it was a while back, the lead-based paint disclosure was not part of the contract at the time. And whoever ended up selling it to them, whether it was for sale by owner or something like that, just didn't fill it out. So they moved into the house. They lived there for a couple months to a year. Their kids start getting really, really sick, and they can't figure out what's going on, why their kids are getting sick. They take them to the doctors, take them to the hospital, and they do a blood draw and realize that the amount of lead in their body is like 10 times the amount that it should be, and it's starting to affect, so lead-based poisoning, I'm not a doctor, but from the research that obviously we've done on it, I've done on it, and for what it breaks down on the lead-based paint disclosure, is it can slow down, their learning ability, it can slow down their growth ability, it can really, really just completely ruin somebody's life or make it very miserable, and it's very hard in order to get this lead out of their system. So lead-based paint is way higher than the lead base in their body is way higher than it should be. So they come into the house to see if the house is the cause, where's the lead coming from. So they come into the house, there's lead on the floor, there's lead on the kids' toys, there's lead on the bed, there's just lead caked on this house, like a ridiculous amount. And the owners didn't think nothing, they never even thought about this happening. The house was built in the 50s, we haven't used paint in 40, 50 years, it's been a long time. How could this lead be in there? So from what ended up happening is they never tore down the sheetrock that had the lead that was in it. So the ceilings on this house are still the original sheetrock on the ceilings that had lead-based paint on the ceilings. So what ended up happening over time was the ceiling started to crack. And when the ceiling cracked, there was fans in a lot of the rooms, almost all the rooms. The lead-based paint falls onto the fan, and the fan circulates it and spins it all over the kid's room. On top of that, they ended up getting some kind of central air type unit, and so the heat system was also sucking this in. It didn't have a great filter system in it, and I don't even know if filter systems stop lead from spreading. So the heating unit or the air conditioning unit, whichever way it went, was sucking in all this lead that was in the air and spewing it out all over these rooms. Huge lawsuit happens. The person that ended up selling the house gets in big trouble because they never had a lead-based paint disclosure. All this could have been avoided had the person been educated, or had they been working with a real estate agent that knew what they were doing and had, the know-how to provide this disclosure, get everything good, make sure that the proper things were taken care of on the house, and that the proper inspections were done, or at least kind of give some kind of warning that, hey, you might want to do this inspection on the house. So, one small example of some of the education that we get on a yearly basis. Like I said, a lot of us, including myself, I try and get myself some kind of education. My brokerage offers education for us every month. We cover different topics. I obviously get online all the time and try and find different stories that I can to share with everybody else on here, and just to educate myself so I don't end up in these positions that other people are. So, like I said, that's just one example of what we do, the education we go through, and how we help people, make the best decisions, whether buying or selling. That could easily have been avoided. That could have been something that could have been remedied on both sides. So if you want somebody that has this education, that goes through the continuing schooling and goes above and beyond, and you want to be safe from a lot of these potential issues like that, give me a call anytime. Shoot me a message on Facebook or any of these other programs that you watch my videos on, and we can sit down and talk about all the different options. Thanks again for following. Like I said, episode 3. Can't wait for next week. Quick update for some of you guys that want longer videos. Thank you. I appreciate the support on there. And I am getting a podcast microphone this weekend, so I already have it lined up. We'll also be starting a podcast series. Appreciate you guys again. Thanks.